Hi there everyone, it is great to have you joining me. We're going to start today's class with laying on your back and just doing some really nice basic Pilates moves. These are the ones I always come back to because they feel so good in my body. They're not complicated or fancy, but they get the job done. You know, you're going to feel your core, you'll move your body, you'll warm up your lower back. You'll feel great after it. So join me, we just start laying down on the floor. And you're going to pop your knees bent so your feet are down on the ground and your hands can be down beside you. And just start by taking a nice deep breath in through the nose and then a big sigh out through the mouth, and just let your body arrive down on the floor. So it's kind of like a intention. You're settling your body, your mind, ready to start moving, to start thinking about yourself. Take a nice deep inhale again through the nose. And then when you breathe out, sigh out through the mouth. Let your body feel a little bit heavy. Let your shoulders drape open. And we'll do one more. And nice breath out. Feel a heaviness. Notice where your spine touches the ground and where it moves away from the ground. So you might notice a little space in the low back where your back doesn't touch. So we'll start by just pressing that little space down into the ground and then going back so you've got a little space again. So you just tip the pelvis towards you and then tip it away. These pelvic tilts are really good. They warm up the back, and also you can start thinking of your tummy muscles or the deep tummy muscles, just pulling the bones of the pelvis towards you, and then you let everything go when it tips away. So press the lower back down into the ground and then release. Little space in the low back there. So it's quite a small movement, and you should try not to squeeze your bum. Just feel like it's a nice easy rocking forward and back. I usually breathe out when I tip the pelvis towards me, and then that helps me feel the tummy muscles just pull in a little, and then I breathe in and let everything go. And then exhale, draw the tummy in, press your back down and release, breathe in. Do a couple more, just noticing how your back feels, if it feels easy to move or if it feels a little stuck, just move through it easily. Make the movement small, we want it to feel smooth. And then just go back to where you feel is sort of halfway between those 2 points, where you feel nice and even. And then we're going to move the arms. So let's just take one arm, reach it up to the ceiling and put it down. And then the other arm just goes straight up and back down. So while I'm moving my arms, I'm just keeping my shoulders feeling nice and open. My body steady on the ground. And then I'll take both arms together up towards the ceiling, hold it there. Then reach the arms over your head, see how far they go, and then bring them back up and down. So it doesn't matter if your arms touch the ground or not. Just maybe think about trying to keep the ribs a little heavy and sinking down onto the mat. So let's breathe in as the arms float up and over your head. And then when you breathe out, you really feel that connection of the back of the ribs just being heavy down on the floor without jamming down. Just, you're not letting your ribs pop out when the arms go over, that's all. That'll give your shoulder a nice stretch. Last one, breathe in. And then breathe out, arms come back, ribs are settled down and all the way down. So keep your arms there. And then you're going to imagine a line from hip bone to hip bone. We keep this level as we lift up the heel of one foot and then float the knee up into tabletop and pop it back down. And then the other side. So the heel lifts up and then you float the leg up and pop it back and down. So I'm just going to march the legs one up and one down. Not going too fast because right now I'm just thinking of keeping my hip bones level. So I'm not letting my hips dip side to side. That means your abs are working and you're supporting your back. Sometimes I put my hands on my body automatically seem to go there a lot because it just gives me feedback about how to keep steady. And I usually breathe in when the knee comes up and breathe out to put it down, but it doesn't really matter. You can, as long as you're breathing nice and smoothly and you're not holding your breath. Let's add a little arms and legs together now. So when one leg goes up, take the opposite arm up to the ceiling and then just put everything down and then just go the other side. So you're connecting both sides of your body, feeling that steadiness, breathing smoothly. The hips are steady, the shoulders are open, not going too fast. And I try and put my foot down softly, so I'm controlling that thigh bone dip away. See, the thigh dips down rather than bending the knee. The bend of the knee stays the same. You've got it. And then we lift up opposite arm and leg, just hold it there. Then you put your hand on your knee, and then from here we go, leg reaches out, arm goes over your head, and then you touch your knee again. So just reach out and touch in. So let's breathe in as you reach, really stretch it. Get a little bit of feeling of energy reaching out through the leg. Fingers and toes reaching away from each other. You've got it. Trying to keep that level through the hip bones. So as the arm and the leg are moving around, I'm not rocking to and fro with the pelvis. That's it. If you do have a bit of a sore back, what you could do here is just press your back down into the mat and just leave it there while we do these moves. That's enough. And arm and leg down. Wriggle around, find your evenness again. Then opposite arm and leg lift up, pop your hand on that knee. Reach away and bring it back. Reach away and back. That's it. Nice deep breaths. Now get that energy, stretch it out. Make it active, make it work. I'm never really good at counting how many reps. I try to, but sometimes I just get talking and forget where I'm at. So we're just going to do a couple more, I feel like. Okay, and then arm and leg goes down. And then you have your feet about hip width apart, so your heels would be in line with your sitting bones and your toes are pointing straight ahead. And then we're going to go back to that move we did at the beginning where you pressed your lower back into the mat. And then from here, you're going to lift up your hips into a bridge. I always sort of wriggle my shoulders back and down, reach your fingers to your heels, draw the tummy in. You can squeeze your bum now and roll everything down. So now you just want to lay your backbone down one bone at a time till you touch down and roll back up. That's it. Breathe in when you get to the top and then breathe out when you roll back and down, lengthening your back. Yeah, that's it. And again, so press your lower back down and then lifting up, 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 up. Don't go too far. You want a straight line from your shoulder to your knee so that your belly can draw in. And then rolling down, bone by bone, lengthening your back out. Relax the shoulders. And roll up again, up, up, up. A little bit of energy between the thighs, so that your knees don't go out to the side. And then what we'll do is we'll roll up and hold it there. Roll the body all the way up and just hold that shape. Then what you'll do is you're going to lift up the heel of one foot. So you're on the tippy toes of one foot and then just pop that heel down and lift up the other. So I'm just lifting one heel and then the other, trying to keep my hips really steady. You can even hold on if you like. So just up and down with the heels, really working the back of the body here. And then we can go both heels together. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then everything rolls down, lengthen out, find the middle of your back, and relax. Walk your feet together, put your legs together and put your hands out on a low V. From here we're going to take the knees over to one side and then just bring them back through the centre and go over the other side. So I'm lifting up one foot, so my feet stay stacked and my knees stay together. That way I can get this really nice twist through the midline. Really good for you. And I'm trying to think of keeping my shoulders down, so I'm not going so far that my shoulder lifts off. But definitely the hip comes off. So I always like to breathe in on the way over and breathe out, come back. Breathe in, go over, and then use your waist to draw the legs back. Now, you might like to keep doing that move, or you might like to bring both legs up into tabletop, and we can do the same move here. Maybe you don't go quite so far, but just see how you go. Keeping the shoulders down. Maybe you think of reaching the fingers a little bit longer, like away from you. That's the way. So I'm letting the thigh drop back and down into the hip. Feeling that nice twist, wringing out of the waist. Breathing in as you go over. Exhale back. In and out. And then what we'll do is we're just going to put one foot down and then put the other foot down. Then reach your arms around and pop them behind the back of your head. So organise yourself again so you've got that neutral line. So just the tiniest little space in the low back, and then the elbows are up off the floor, just in your side view. Then what we'll do now is we're just going to lift up the head, lift up the chest into a little chest lift and lay back down. And again, little lift up and lay back down. So I usually breathe in to start with, and then use the breath out to help yourself lift up, and then breathe in, go back down. And exhale, come up, and inhale back. So I'm keeping my hips steady rather than letting my back tip forward and my lower back tip forward and back. That's it. And I'm thinking of letting my chest and my ribs drop down rather than pulling forward with my head and neck. Let's make a little change on this one. So as you come up, you can hold it there, and then we lift up one leg into tabletop, put it down, lift the other, put it down. Let your head relax into your hands, up and down with the legs. That's it. Softly down. One more on each side, you've got it. And then your body lays back and down. Good job. So you can always come back to that one, or if you want to try the next one with me, we just lift up and you stay here. One leg goes up into tabletop and then the other one joins up too. Then we tap one toe down and lift it back up, and then down and up. So you can always go to the other option where both feet are down and we just lift one at a time. This one's a little bit more challenging. Or you might like to do the legs like this and put your head down. So you can always just change it up to make it suit yourself. You know, we'll feel different on different days, and it shouldn't be hurting your head or neck. We should be feeling that tummy muscles drawing in towards the belly button, breathing in and out nice and smoothly, and then one foot goes down and then the other, and then you take a little lie down. Good. And then you're just going to put your feet as wide as the mat and your arms out like a T. Swish your knees over towards one way. Opening up the hip there, the knees aiming to the ground, and then swish the knees the other way. Maybe look the opposite way that your knees are going. That's it. And back, swish, and back, and swish, and back. Then walk your legs inward, hands come down, and then to hop up, you just roll over to the side and lift yourself up. So that's your finished. Nice work.